Oh, we've done it. The wait is paid off.
The wait is over, and you know we were talking up Gushui and not in the lineup right now.
Not in the lineup. But you know who is? IDK, another person that is extremely hyped up in this upcoming season. He's had an incredible amount of offers for a lot of different teams.
So it's going to be interesting to see just what comes out here. And I will say I'm disappointed in one respect, is that we're not seeing the full pink setup here because they are not on the home team setup for the Spark. But it still looks pretty good.
Hopefully for the next match, as Godfrey gets the early pick off onto Toby. Nosebite gets Marvel as well.
Zumba.
But Zumba.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty simple. Get the McCree a bit of space and watch him go. A very nice start here for the Dynasty in gold.
You know, and I think Zumba's been a sort of an overlooked part of this Seoul lineup, even from the previous season. I think he's actually still extremely consistent. Even back when he was in heydays with the Lunatic High, I still think he's remained as a top player, and it's someone that's going to be talked about a lot more.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, also with new meta coming that might let players just be more versatile in general, it is a time for players to shine. But you want to talk about what Seoul's able to roll out with here. They got Brigitte. They have 3 supports, but instead of tanks, they have 2 Hanzos and a McCree.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that on my Mystery Heroes. Plus, Jaehung is on his Xin, which is pretty strong in its own right.
Oh.
Zumba, dude.
He can't be stopped. He has Hanzos on his side, acting as distractions. A lot of healing in the back, and he's just following through in the McCree right now.
And the real problem here for the Spark is that they haven't managed to grab any tanks yet lineup to really a solid tank support lineup to break all the damage that Zumba's putting out.
No, they're channeling the spirits of quick play past, which is all DPS, no tank right now. The Ghosts continually choose the RNG for them, and here's the problem. Okay, their Ana just died, and they got a tank, but now they need a healer.
And that's another pick for Zumba that headshot onto Rhea, so he's just really doing so much with that pocket from Marvel.
This has been pretty brutal here so far, but it's part Zumba playing out of his mind and part for the Spark. They just have not had a whole lot of good luck here.
They have not found the spark, you could say. They have not found the spark needed.
Just unlucky is the term I would go for right now.
That is definitely. And Zumba will have that high noon. They're also going to have both their support ults coming up soon for Seoul. Munchin's going to have the Rally Marvel with the Valk.
We want tanks and healers. Have double Doomfist instead. Oh,
luckily,
man.
IDK has built up enough time to now he has the Symmetra ult out, which will be able to block a lot of damage from Zumba.
The pink color scheme in game is still really nice. You still get to see for the impact there. The pink, Semwallen, they're making this work to a degree. I don't know if it's going to be enough to take the point, but they managed to unsettle Seoul here. They managed to get them to a point where maybe they could come and retake, or at the very least, force changes.
Well, the real problem here is that Marvel and Munchkin have stayed alive this entire time. They haven't been punished, and it gives them much value in these fights that they can just stay alive on the point. They can just pocket each other, and no matter what comes out of Seoul's lineup, they're still alive. They're still giving value.
The problem for the Spark, too, they had to stand the point, so D.Va just moving on there, sacrificing. Overtime's in progress, and the Spark looking for a miracle. Bebe, though, able to get 2. Moving in, Rhea coming in off the side. Spark not quite done yet, but it's just not enough. They're outnumbered, outgunned. It's going to be Seoul taking round 1.
Well, hopefully the mystery hero pantheon favors Spark more moving into the next stage because they just didn't have the elements needed for success.
That again, that's sort of, I imagine Hearthstone casting, you look at a player and you just go, yeah, luck just was on their side.
The top
for that
deck.
round.
They just didn't top deck.
They got their curve in reverse there is what happened. Didn't get anything they could really roll off of, and maybe it'll be a little bit different here this time where they're opening up with the D.Va, but there's no healing here for the Spark.
No, there isn't, which is a theme so far from the previous stage. So we'll hope that they are able to make a win. You want to win the first fight here? I mean, Bebe does have some of that self-sustain. So does Godsby.
Meanwhile, on the other side for the Dynasty, that is a GOATS-level support core.
Well, that is just the GOATS level support core with no tanks instead of 3 DPS.
So it's not perfect, but if one of those DPS gets picked off,
I mean, I'll take it.
Like, it's better than what the Spark just rolled. I'll give you that.
And it looks like, look how aggressive Seoul is being as well, because they know they have the sustain. They catch Nosebite very early. They're chasing Bebe. Fitz already with 2. He loses the 1v1 though. Bye-bye, Marvel.
Well, they lost Marvel, but guess what? Watch him come in on a win stir. The ride would be the dream right now. That would be streamer loot for Seoul. That's all I gotta say for that. What did he get? What did he get?
He got a Tracer.
Okay.
And that's, it really just be like that sometimes. Sometimes you don't get the Ryan, but you get the comps that are just as nice.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. I mean, Dynasty, they have been getting pretty much exactly what they would want here. Jaehong getting gods early on, and this is just this has both been good play by Seoul, but also just they have the heroes they need right now.
Well, Rhea just running away. As Snow Smite gets 2 on the flank, he's playing that Roadhog. He gets Jaehong, he gets Zumba. There he goes. He goes down, but Fitz, he's just a fragging Moira.
Oh, they got a tank, they got Hammond, and they got a Sombra. This is actually quite nice for Seoul, especially if they can reestablish and not lose any of their supports, because right now, they just have so much sustain that regardless of what the Spark is throwing at, it doesn't really matter.
And really, let's talk about it more. Toby's on Lucio.
Yeah.
That's his hero. That is his hero. Toby on Lucio that's probably one of the most iconic heroes. It's right after a Jaehong on Ana.
It's been really
good.
Oh
my goodness,
okay.
Godspeed just got smacked home run.
Yeah, smacked, I think, is the absolute best word you could have used there, because he got just absolutely thrashed at the end there. This has been dominant, and Jaehong just going to be able to back out, able to just get away, and the disengages coming in from Seoul have been really strong. Now they're going to drop the beat. They get to bring it back the other way, and this could be a quick and done round.
I mean, look at Toby. He's just using that beat, being so aggressive, catching IDK, catching No Smite with Zumba, just cleaning up on the flank. Jaehong still being a menace, and this is just cleanup now for Seoul. And they're still not quite last fight just yet for Spark, but it's getting there.
It is absolutely getting there, where Seoul, everything...
Oh, Jaehong a little too deep.
That was a lot too deep. That's not a little. That little was many paces back from there. That was just, please, take my hamster. Like, done. But Jaehong comes back in, Ash up, and for Seoul, they're just keeping him off the point.
And that's a quick 2-0. That's a quick 2-0 for the Dynasty there. And, you know, I like to see the Jaehong Hammond just hitting him with the home run, hitting the home run there on the Symmetra. That was flashy. That was creative.
Yeah, it was decisive, and it was quick. That was probably the quickest control round we've
had so far.
I will say, though, I mean, again, it's hard for me to take a look there because Dynasty was living the dream.
They were.
And, like, everything in terms of the comps they're getting was great.
They were blessed. They were blessed by Mystery Heroes.
They still had to play it well enough that they didn't lose these heroes, that they maintained the advantage and didn't get it cycled. And, you know, to a degree, part of that was on the Spark. But, man, you know, just good things going together there for the Dynasty.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully they can carry the momentum while Spark are just hoping to get a win on the board. You know, will they continue our BO3 traditions where we get to a third map every time? We get to that assault. We see just how many caps can each team get, and they have to win this upcoming. I believe it's it's a hybrid.
It is a hybrid map that's coming up here.
Yep.
So we've been going through full variety here. So what hybrid map haven't we seen today?
Well, we've seen I mean, we haven't seen King's Row.
No, you're right. We haven't seen
King's Row.
Also, no Eichenwald. So could be King's Row.
That's true. Could be either of them.
Could be Eichenwald.
I would like to see both, honestly. I would have liked to see either of them so far.
Yeah.
I think it could add a little bit of interest, especially with the Torb setups, setting up some pirate ships potentially if they were able to get the right heroes. I think pirate ships would be both incredibly strong on both of those hybrids.
Well, not only that, but also just think about it. King's Row is, of course, historically been dominated by Reinhardt setups now and forever, likely even after things like 3-3 stop becoming meta. But a Mystery Heroes, this is a rare opportunity to see King's Row in a different light. But, guys, we are going to take a short break because players are peripheral swapping again. We got players subbing in and out, but it shouldn't be nearly as long this time. Map 2 coming right after the break. We're back with the Overwatch League Community Countdown, and I just have one question for you at home. Do you believe in the heart of the cards? Because I got to tell you, if you're a fan of the Dynasty, you have to feel like that was their motto that they were going in for there, because everything went perfectly for them. Not only did they play their comps well, but they got what they wanted. When you go and basically get the support core of a 3-3, and the other team gets Bastion and Doomfist, you're like, this is good.
I mean, sometimes you get unlucky. We've used the term phrase before, and Spark got a little unlucky there. They got the triple support against them. They didn't have the 3 tanks on top of that for the 3-3, but they sort of just got run over. I mean, we saw Jae-Hung run around on Hammond and just actually smacked Godsby out of the park. It was a home run. He edge guarded them, so rest in peace.
Yeah, we are in the world where that's, of course, come back in the fray. It's like, you know what? We can apply these skills elsewhere. Let's use it on a Hammond. Have a little bit of fun.
And, I mean, it worked out. It worked out to their advantage. But we are just having the players swap their peripherals again. You know, they're dealing with some technical issues. Could be a little bit of time, a couple more minutes, because, you know, everyone's getting acclimated to the stage. It's been a long day for everybody involved, you know. They're working with the staff, working with the league ops.
Yeah. We were told just now that it might be as long as 10 minutes, so we did at least want to come back real quick here, update you on what's going on, where, again, for people who wonder, is like, well, gee, why is it taking so long here? Is that, you know, part of the reason that the teams are playing right now when you're going through what are preseason exercises is getting them used to the stage environment so they can get in and off the stage quickly. So when we get to the full season later in the week, things are a lot quicker and the breaks are considerably shorter.
And also, since everyone has different peripherals for the most part, especially Jae-Young, who has 3 different peripherals on top of his
He has
mouse.
a full toolbox.
He has a full toolbox. You know, there are different challenges and, you know, different technical specifications required for each, and everyone has to get them set up in different ways. Yeah. So it's a whole process. So we appreciate you guys for sticking around, because, I mean, we're sticking around, obviously. We have to we're sticking around because we were bringing the content here for the Community Countdown. But it's just the whole thing to make sure that it's running smoothly in time for the regular season.
And that's just where we're at right now. So, guys, please be understanding in how this is going about, where we'll get to the next map as soon as possible. Again, just getting players acclimated to the stage, and all of that is where we're at. But since it is probably going to be about another 8 minutes, we're going to go to break once more. But hang in there. Map 2 will be up soon. the peripheral haggling is just about over, and we are about ready to get into map number 2. It's, of course, the Spark taking on the Dynasty, and we are in Mystery Heroes, of course, as we have been for the rest of the day.
We have. We've been a lot of Mystery Heroes.
It has been a lot of Mystery Heroes, where it's made for some pretty good games. We've gone the map 3 in every series here so far today.
Which is actually kind of inconceivable if you think about it, because sometimes the RNG is just not with you in Mystery Heroes, so it is pretty crazy that somehow we're still getting to map 3s consistently every time.
Yeah, Spark is just kind of wondering, is like, where was our luck in
all of that? It was not there. It was not there on Busan.
Well, the thing that was so rough for the Spark in the last map is that it wasn't just that the Dynasty were getting close to the dream right now for the current meta and what has been really good in the last few months. It was also the part where I don't really think the Spark were getting ideal draws there. It's sort of one side was living the dream, the other side was not so much.
No, there was no dreams to be had. Just dream crushing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of dream crushing there for the Spark, which is
double
unfortunate because we didn't even get
hand.
to see them in their home skin with the nice pink. You know, we saw it in the away skin, so it's just like, you know, it was double dream crush because not only did they get actually owned and smacked by Hammond at that, we didn't even get to see their nice pretty skins.
It's true. We did see the effects though. Like that Symmetra shield one came up. That looked good. Like, there's a reason why people are freaking out over pink as a color. It's a good color. It's been historically underrated. I mean, a good amount of my broadcast wardrobe it involves pink. Like, I approve.
Does it really?
It does.
I don't notice. Do you have pink in your
yes.
wardrobe?
I wore a pink shirt casting with you many times.
Oh, a pink shirt. You know, for some reason I was thinking like suits, like you had pink suits.
That's a good idea.
I mean, if
it's
you have
probably,
a pink suit,
I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know if I'd get away with that. I feel like there's certain people who'd be like, no.
No, you could. I mean, like, you'd look like a big Pepto-Bismol bottle. I think that would be really dope.
You know, the problem is Pepto-Bismol at the very least cures indigestion. I don't know if me wearing that suit would actually fit. I feel like people look at that and go, I don't know. I'm not.
It would. And look, it's King's Row.
Hey,
we're here.
Got it.
We were talking about how we hadn't seen it yet, but now we're here.
Are you kidding me? Dynasty, you have rolled Brigitte, Lucio, D.Va, Zen.
They've gotten the best of both. They've gotten it. They've gotten it again.
I don't understand. This is some insane luck. The Spark, though, they do have some options here. Farah is
well, they don't have any supports, though.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes it just be like that.
It does just be like that. That is the age old. As they just run over Revenge in main and IDK.
And, well, it still comes back to bite him. Godsby in the back on the Farah, landing good shots. McCree's out, Zen's gone, Brigitte out. So, the Farah here doing good work. Who needs a support to help her out after all?
Godsby and Outer are just doing a lot there. They're just catching them on the rotation when they go into main to get Revenge, get IDK, and they just get so much damage, and now they've opened up the point.
Can we also note where Gushue, of course known for his main tank play, comes on Genji and is already at 66%. Farah getting grounded there, and the real appeal there is probably not retaking the point, but just you got rid of the Farah, which Godsby was doing a lot on.
It is true, though they lost their great setup. They will still have Munchkin on that Marissa. They managed to res Fitz. And now they could potentially recontest if they want. Michelle's on that Orisa.
No, they're going to go for it, and they get Revenge out of the fight early. Marvel coming back on in. Dynasty actually very well could get back onto this point, but Godsby here on the tour.
Careful, Jesse. Oh.
All right, so he went from dominating the air to trying to dominate the ground. Ash v Ash. Going to win that there, and this is looking pretty good for the Dynasty. They're able to recover and repel the Spark.
And they are going to be able to just, you know, stabilize here on the point. That Junkrat's so low, they will pick up Revenge. And now, just going to play a little slow. Decide to drop the whole hog onto Adara as well. Just keep him in the corner.
Hey, if you have an opportunity, just take him on down. Dynasty using the whole hog quite well there. Gets the hook, and Godsby out of there.
And now, this is looking pretty strong for Seoul. They've come back. They're going to have Valk as well. They're close to the Bob. They're close to the John Cena. You know, as I'm assuming it's John Cena. That's the Mystery Houston comp, I'm convinced.
Are you just calling Bob John Cena from
I'm convinced that Bob is central to the John Cena comp.
All right. I mean, he does come in just basically slamming someone up into the air. I mean, it makes sense. Your theory has merit.
However, all while that's happening, Adder's going to pick up Marvel, and IDK will hack and pick off Munchkin as well, so no Valk.
It's going to be much harder for Dynasty to fight the way back. Of course, the Valkyrie is going to go away. He's going to be swapped off Hero, and Gushue not getting tanks, but doing a decent amount of DPS here.
Hey, you know, he's a talented player. You saw it at World Cup, and we see it. It seems like he's flexible as well at that. He's going to be able to pick up the Ashe, pick up those hit-scan heroes.
It turns out that his real power, after all, was on DPS heroes, and the tank was actually his lesser form.
And IDK will have the EMP, which means this next fight should be a free win for Spark as long as they engage properly.
It is looking pretty good here for Spark. Munchkin, Kree on the top, chase down the Zarya. Gushue
winning the duel again.
looking really good for Gushue, in fact. And both Ashes out of the fight here for Dynasty.
Oh, Munchkin beef. That's a beef.
You should have had that. Definitely should have had that. Now under pressure, dropping down, fan the hammer wildly and falls. That was not ideal.
Great bubbles from Spark as well from Rhea and Adder. They were just able to just keep their team alive, keep them through the flashbang right click combo.
Gushue
well played.
Continuing to make this Ashe work. On point shots. Bob ready for the next fight.
And in return, Seoul, they had all those advantages, and now they've lost them all. They don't have any ults moving into the next fight. Spark looking firmly in control with the ult economy.
Spark, new life here. I mean, part of it too is that, all right, Seoul doesn't quite have the ideal comp like they did before. They get an early pick off, and that's triple sniper coming your way.
Wow. They really have, and the problem with the triple sniper though is they can have a tough time contesting the point.
They got
doesn't matter if they keep on getting picks.
Bob couldn't even get summoned. Wait, no, he's gonna get res back up. Bob actually could come back in.
And Godsby gets both snipers with the coalescence.
Oh man, not something you see every day of the season, to say the least, but Bob does end up doing something as the Spark get to point B. Very nice res from Revenge there.
And IDK still has not fallen on that Sombra yet. He's building another EMP, 33% so far. They just keep building EMPs. This is going to be a really strong push for Spark.
Spark getting some sorely needed momentum here. It's been the best they've looked here so far in the series. Dynamite is going to roll out, and Gushue could be in a bit of trouble. He's going to get charged down here.
And then Godsby's going to pick up Jexy.
We got Fisher.
This is huge. That's 2 picks now. But Munchkin's going to trade with Adder, but that should be fine because they should be able to pick up very soon. Gushue gets another.
Gushue is playing the Ashe really, really well right now. Again, tank main, by the way.
Tank main, by the way. No aim, no brain, Winston main.
Oh, man. You just went back to the good old days for that one.
Yeah, I did. I had to find it. I had to pull that out straight from the copy pastas.
Back when players and community really underrated the abilities of Winston. Finally, Gushue is going to fall, and it's like, okay, he's off Ashe. The terror's gone. Watch him get Winston. Watch your luck go the other way.
Now Godsby, he needs to get out of here. They popped the Valve trying to get Godsby out. They really want to keep him on the Widow, but not going to be able to. IDK will have that EMP for the upcoming fight. But he's going to go for the res. Revenge is going for the res. A risky res, but not punished.
Risk in all sorts of ways here, where, of course, you lose the Mercy and might not get it back anytime soon.
But now Godsby and Revenge controlling this high ground, and there isn't really anything Seoul can do to fight off this high ground. They have no high ground control.
Not quite, and also, I wouldn't say it's his absolute most preferred tank in terms of crazy big plays, but Gushue does get on the main tank finally, on the Orisa, and Spark just slow pushing this on the payload. Orisa v Orisa battle, Adora charges down Fisher and finds him.
And now they're going to confirm control of the point. They don't have that main tank. They don't have the shield for Dynasty. Godsby in control of the high ground. IDK picking up Munchkin. Pretty big.
Meanwhile, Spark getting the better of this fight, trading out more efficiently, getting early pickoffs, keeping Dynasty back. Over 2 minutes left, and that might be it.
Godsby's looking really clean on this Widow. Makes sense why they want to invest so much to keep him up. He gets Munchkin there too, trying to go for the stall. Spark, pretty good. Pretty good on King's Row.
The fun thing about today with how Mystery Heroes has gone is that we've been able to see versatility that people might not have realized. I know Shu had a reputation in Widow, but that's still a lot of people that might not be aware of him, and they're going to see him on support more often than not. It's like, wow, plays a good Widow. Obviously, take a look at the Finnish support duo of Gladiators. Like, okay, Big Goose and Chaz, this is a thing. And going into this here, I doubt many people realize that Gushue can pull out just absolutely mean hit scan DPS if required. So this has been really neat to see.
It has, and I mean, Godsby is already a pretty renowned DPS player, though. He had a lot of hype coming into him, so it's nice to see him, pull out some of those flexible heroes. And it was nice seeing Gushue as well, just like you talked about, just pull out an Ashe and actually just be great, be really fantastic on Ashe during that offense. And now Spark, they're going to be rolling with the double Hammond defense, potentially.
Would we like to swap some heroes from one side to the other? Dynasty, many supports. 4 supports, in fact. We go back to the Spark. What are we seeing here? No supports can be found. 2 Hammonds, though.
2 Hammonds, I think, will actually give a bit. This is actually a very interesting setup for Spark because with IDK on the Soldier and Adder on the Widow, this means that your Hammonds can just be running around making chaos while your hit scan, your triple hit scan, your quad hit scan, because you have Revenge on Bastion, is just going to be looking for picks from the high ground.
Meanwhile, for Dynasty, it's everyone support Fitz. What? Fitz do what he wants to do here. Finally, wait, they somehow get the Orisa down early, even with all that healing power. Michelle just focused out. And we'll see what Gushue does here on the Hammond.
And look how absolutely annoying these Hammonds are. Rhea and Gushue just running around, doing everything they can to just make as much disruption as possible to Dynasty.
Gushue just going to be rolling around here again, buying time on the Hammond, especially when you can't expect heals to come in. The goal is you buy attention and you get out of there, and for now, the double Hammond, the Spark, is buying a bit of time.
It is because they just can't manage to focus them down. They're just too aggressive. They're just running around. They're on the back line of Dynasty.
It's kind of, I'm trying to think here. I don't know if Hungry Hippo's the way to go, but just the ball's rolling around behind times. It's like, how do we get rid of them right now? Is Gushue and Rhea, it's been really cool to watch so far.
And the longer this fight runs, the closer IDK gets to that aimbot, and there isn't really defensible, especially with Munchkin going down with 97 on Trance.
Oh, Gushue is finally going to go down. Both hamsters out of it. Their lifespan is over. Gushue going to be going to the Ana. Meanwhile, Tac Visor out for IDK. Should buy the Spark perhaps a little bit of time, but he's under too much pressure. Coalescence just going to deal with the Marvel, leading the charge in the Dynasty in a real good spot now to get point A.
Look how deep Marvel is chasing for that frag on Godsby. He is going to get that revenge. He's going to go down 2. So Dynasty picking up first here. And they're in a pretty okay setup here because they will have the triple tank with that Moira.
Triple tank Moira, you know, it's been proven to be a pretty reasonable setup, I would say.
IDK, another Hammond coming out for Spark, by the way. IDK spawning up on the Hammond after losing that soldier.
We believe in hamsters. We will run them as much as possible. Meanwhile, Gushue going, you know, this is telling me my life should have been that of a hit scan DPS.
However, this is a very good set. Oh, it looks like a little bit of Fitz and IDK just having a fun time, just jumping up and down. Misses the pulse bomb and then dies to Godsby. So Fitz maybe not the best choice there with, you know, just pounding around with the IDK on the side.
Fitz is like, I want to have some fun. And Spark goes, nah, we would actually prefer to win the match. And ooh, Michelle just going to chunk through Godsby. No headshots for Godsby like he was looking for there. The Spark starting to bleed out.
IDK also going down for that stall. Rhea will pick up Michelle, but they really only have time for one more contest for Spark. This is coming to the end of streets.
Spark definitely running out of time, and again, Gushue, his DPS nightmare perhaps continuing, gonna get thrown onto the Bastion this time around.
And something we have been talking about is that Fissure has just been continually alive on Hog. He's been looking for those frags, just running around. It's really tough to punish the Hog when you don't have the Anti, you don't have the Discord.
He's been Mr. Consistent right now. It's been why the Dynasty have been able to keep the point moving forward, and Dynasty right now looking for the last little bit here on point B. Fitz gonna fall. Dora was able to get to the back, finish that off. Revenge.
And look at the shield here for IDK, just sitting in front of Gushue, trying to give as much value as possible. Shell down. They're still contesting the point.
Bargain Bastion defense that's actually working out, where the shield size is enough right now.
Look at Jexy, he's still hiding his baby diva. He's gonna get the mech back. Won't be able to do anything from behind though.
He's going to roll back from behind. I mean, still in harm's way. Would like to get out of there. EMP going to be dropped in the Dynasty, falling one by one.
And there we go. That was just a long, slow fight for Spark. Rhea just doing so much, getting that EMP while IDK just enabled Gushue, but he's going to go down to the mines. Munchkin picking up 2.
I mean, there's a problem there. You've camped up there, and suddenly mines are on you. Bastion not known for being super mobile as Munchkin gets so much value off the minefield.
4. Can he keep getting more? He's still going.
He's rolling on
That's
4.
That's going to be 5.
No one's stopping Munchkin.
Well, Munchkin, we do know that you love to play a little Hammond now because that's a 5K for Munchkin. They're going to move the payload a little bit forward for Dynasty here.
Gushue, we've answered your request for it to play tank. Unfortunately, it's a reset again.
Tactical Gushue Orisa activated. But now we have also the TP up, which means they can set up Adora on this high ground with Gushue's Orisa shield.
Yeah, I mean, you can get up there, and it's not a bad defensive setup, especially when you're not going up against super ideal setups from the other team. So we'll see how the Spark want to play this. Apply a decent amount of time. Rhea to the back, and just not enough damage on Doomfist.
However, trading Munchkin for that means that they're still going to be in a pretty good setup. I mean, they don't have the Hammond there to really punish the high ground.
Coalescence going right through the shield there, but you know, the wall that comes up there, they're trying to make things more vulnerable, and actually made things rougher for Marvel, so perhaps a bit of a miscommunication there, and we got a tank on the field.
And the great thing about the tank and the TP synergy means you can just teleport back and forth, get a frag, come back.
Dora, yeah, I mean, we were saying, you know, Bastion not known for tons of mobility. He's getting some mobility now.
Yes, that synergy with the Symmetra means you are able to just play around them. Gushue is on the Orisa, so you're just playing that stronghold defense, you know? You're just playing around your Bastion, playing slow.
And, I mean, this is a rough comp to actually go into, especially when you can't choose what you're going to get. The Spark have been able to kind of transfigure the situation as something that's good for them. And you take a look now, they're almost certainly going to have a quicker time, and it's up for the Dynasty to figure out a way through this.
And realistically, the only opening that Dynasty has here is the Blizzard up from Michelle, so they're going to be looking to potentially either throw this Blizzard onto the high ground to remove them, or maybe force them apart and then drop that Blizzard on the split player.
Well, I think the latter option there sounds a whole lot better, especially with the early pickup. They're at man advantage.
Oh,
they got the whole hog, just spamming high, tactically crouching. Oh, buying time and then some. Talk about icing out the opposition. But while that's going on, Ador's just mowing down his team in the back.
Well, yeah, while that's happening, they're not winning the cart fight. Ador's just getting so much value, especially with that supercharger out from Gushue.
You know, sometimes you want to save the tactical crouch in the Blizzard for after you've won the fight.
Well, I mean, they did not win the fight there, so you were correct. But sometimes you drop the solo ult, so you got to let them know. You got to drop the tactical crouch when you drop the solo ult.
Well, someone should also let the Dynasty know that they're behind on time right now, and we could be heading to another map 3.
Well, you know, that's just the prophecy. As the prophecy foretold, we must continue map 3s in Mystery Heroes.
Dora on top, and again, the Orisa Symmetra Bastion is not to be trifled with. It's scary strong. We actually saw it have success at times in contenders on maps like Hanamura. It is legitimate to a degree.
And right now, their strat has been working excellently because Revenge has the Symmetra ult as well, which means you can enable you to not only defensively, but offensively set up this Bastion.
And Ador, he's been playing this very, very well so far. They have a Symmetra ult up in reserve, so even when Dynasty finally is able to commit, guess what? The wall's going up.
And then even when you force Spark off high ground, they have a Symmetra. You can just TP back.
Spark just picking off the Dynasty one by one. We're talking about the Dynasty heroes here. I don't think double Roadhog is the ideal setup, but they finally got Adora down. There's no mercy in play to bring it back up, so the Bastion dominance is going to end.
Oh my goodness, there's so many beams on the field right now. They have the high charge sim, Revenge going down, but the Coalesce is still on Marvel. He's going to be picked up, and Gushue is close to another Supercharger.
Supercharger, one of those ultimates that's easy to underrate from a spectator point of view, but actually pretty deadly if you're able to get down without it falling early. And by the way, speaking of deadly, we got double Zarya.
Especially since with the Supercharger, Rhea's close to this grab, so having Superchargers to clean up all the frags caught there would be really big.
And here's a really nice thing for Spark, by the way. Take a look at Breakpoint. This is going to end in overtime, even if Dynasty is able to get through here. We're, by the way, down Marvel early. Man advantage for the Spark, and Revenge on cleanup duty for the Reaper. And it's going to be Spark bringing us to yet another Map 3.
That's the Map 3. We've done it again. We're here in the community countdown with the Map 3 on Mystery Heroes. Teams they refuse to go down easily, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Because Mystery Heroes, like we've talked about previously, this sets the pace for Overwatch League. This should be your primary rival, your nemesis. Whoever beats you at Mystery Heroes in the community countdown, I want those teams gunning for each other during the league.
You want them to hold a grudge?
They should absolutely hold a grudge.
Okay.
That was a close match between Fuel and London, so I want to see that in the upcoming season. I want to see Fuel and London when they play. They're looking at each other like, yeah, you beat us in Mystery Heroes maybe earlier.
Yeah.
But today we win.
All right.
Even though it's less important than Mystery Heroes.
Yeah, it's like you guys might be the reigning Overwatch League champions and all the rest, but
we beat
you
in Mystery Heroes. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. When you're talking about big clout energy, that is big clout when you win in Mystery Heroes.
Oh, man. Well, guys, that was an exciting Map 2, but Map 3 is soon to come. We will have a few substitutions, and we will be getting into it right after what should be a quick break. For real. So this is a phrase that we've uttered a lot here today. Are you ready for map 3? Because map 3 is on the way one more time.
I mean, it's coming whether you're ready or not.
Yeah.
You're going to have the map 3. Eventually, somewhere, some team is going to show their dominance in Mystery Heroes. But today, out of the 4 sets we've had, no team yet has shown the ability to 2-0 in Mystery Heroes.
Not quite. And, I mean, the cool thing that we've been seeing, though, is that teams have really been doing their best with what they've been given, where what Spark was able to transition to, it's what some people would call a cheese comp, right? They got most of the parts for a really good Orisa, Bastion, Symmetra setup, and that's not just things that people pick to troll in your quick play games. That is a legitimate setup. It has worked in real competitive games during the offseason, so it was real, and they had the adaptiveness to put it into motion in the middle of the game.
Sometimes you just have to take all your moving parts and just put them together into something coherent, and that's what they did. I mean, in playing around Bastion, I mean, we've talked about Bastion as sort of the mystery hero final boss, and once you get set up, he's the mystery hero final boss. I mean, we saw that.
It's him and Reaper, depending.
Yeah, Reaper also up. Reaper's up there too. I will agree with that.
Reaper has been quite good, but it is going to end in a final map, and that final map oftentimes can go pretty long. We've had some very
I can't
very
wait
close
for
assault
the 10
maps.
cap, the 10 cap assault.
We've
gone into like what, the 6 cap, I think so far.
Yeah,
around there. I want the 10 cap assault. Just no defense, only offense.
One thing I would like to say, big shout out, of course, to the production staff down at the Blizzard Arena where this is taking place. It has been quite a long broadcast day, and still more to go. I know we're tired here on the casting side, but you know, the guys and girls that are doing a lot of work down there, big props to them.
That's true. They do have a lot of work. And also, I mean, all the League Ops guys, they've been circling in and out, trying to get all the peripherals set up, making sure the tech is set up. Like, there's a million moving parts involved in getting prepared for the regular season. So preseason is an endeavor all of its own.
No doubt about it. And okay, again.
That is 3 Junkrats.
Jake right now is just wondering why he's so excited to play Overwatch. This is truly the Junkrat dream.
And then look at the double Reaper flank from behind. They were hiding in spawn, just walking menacingly upward. But Rhea, only 10 HP. Is he able to get him? No, he won't.
Well, the Junkrat's fighting back a little bit, but 2 already down. Reaper's out of it. Junkrat's out of it. It's pure pandemonium, but this does favor the offense.
But look at this. Adora, he's back. He's still on that Bastion.
Mercy! Almost got it.
Almost, but he's still on the Bastion. His final form.
Still going after God's View, just barely able to get away there, and Michelle now under pressure, gonna fall.
IDK just gonna pick him up there. So now we're getting the double Bastion. Gookshui, he's now on the Bastion as well.
Do we have
and there's
3?
The double, and there's Fleta and Marvel on Bastion.
This is
the Omnic Wars.
It's the Omnic Crisis all over again. Volskaya was warned. Fitz still on the tire, never fell down. Rip tire. Moving over against both Mercies. Not going to res your way out of that one.
You don't hear that phrase too often either. The tire getting both Mercies. As Adora falls off the map, Fitz goes down to Rhea. But this will be a cap for Dynasty. And what seemed to be a really good usage of their triple, you know, if only, it's sort of like turtles, you know, when they're born and they try to make it to the ocean, only a couple of the young will survive, but only one of the Junkrats lived long enough to get tired, and it was Fitz. Fitz is the last of the offspring, of the Junkrat offspring that managed to get tired, making its way to the ocean.
That is the most insane description I've ever heard.
But look, we have the double Bastion going from the left side onto the platform.
This is the Bastion army marches forward for the Dynasty. Here on Volskaya just takes down the mech. Tank form from Marvel coming on up. Bastion reinforcement on the platform moving in.
The jump up there, Marvel.
Dynasty plowing through. Both Shamadas down for the Spark. And the Spark just desperately trying to get a foothold. Already down 2 ticks. And this could be the Dynasty saying an awfully quick time here in Volskaya.
There's going to be no contest. So that was a very, very quick time. And it's all based off of that very, you know, that planet Earth-esque migration of the Junkrats. So you get the tire, get the 2K, you set up your Bastions. It's just each step of life moving forward up the trophic chain.
The average Junkrat does not reach Rip Tire maturity.
It does not reach Rip Tire maturity. Nope, only 1 in 3. And that's what we saw.
The circle of life continues. Oh, man. That was good. That was real good.
We just need Sir David Attenborough to just like do some commentary over that.
Yeah, I don't know if we quite have the tone required for nature documentaries, but oh man. Well, the Dynasty, they do set a very quick time, to put it mildly there, and we'll see if the Spark have what's required. The bring things back over. And, you know, one thing they're not really looking to have right now, kind of light on supports.
You know, but luckily we have the double Lucio forward hold for Dynasty. So they're looking to take this super aggressively with Fitz. They even have Michelle as well to pocket Marvel, just pick off anyone that gets past.
Dynasty keeps getting the most ridiculous setups and just stacking supports early on.
Yeah, they're getting a little lucky, honestly. I'm gonna say it. I'll say it. They're being favored. They're getting lucky in the, but this is where Spark's true power comes into play.
Marvel looking for the pickups here on the left, where, I mean, luckily for Spark, there is a Reinhardt here, so it's not a full just shoot anyone you want moment here for Marvel, but Reinhardt's going to move on in. Marvel's going to have some opportunities here, and Revenge is down.
Well, Revenge may be going a little too deep, but all while this is happening, Outer is just trying to backcap. He will get out of there. He'll stay alive. If he can stay alive, this is a chance to build an EMP, and EMP will be extremely strong against this composition because when Lucio is EMP'd, it is a useless hero.
It's definitely a rough time where it just disables all the electronics. It's gone from there. Godspeed.
What, picking up IDK?
Oh,
Jesse
goodbye.
picking up Godspeed.
Oh.
The Lucios are just controlling high ground. How do you dislodge them?
That was a double dose of tinnitus is what we had just there, where May got blown away by the good beats.
It's just like a crow's, you know, they're circling. They're circling around here. You can't. How do you move them?
They wait for their prey to move on in.
Well, that'll do it. Rhea hooks Jesse and gets him.
They underestimated the ability of prey to fight back. You've now made this full nature.
I know, it's
right?
gone very nature, right? It's gone very nature doc, isn't it?
It really has. But while that's going on, the Spark, they were able to loop around and just slowly pick the Dynasty apart. They're going to get point A.
And this is maybe off the back of the triple Sombra. Could be off of that. Could be, you know, when you have that much point presence and that much ability to just hack someone and get the kills on the sidelines, they're going to be getting 70% on the EMP already. And then if they don't win the fight from there, don't worry. Godspeed will have EMP coming up.
Half the team is invisible.
Yes, half the team is literally invisible, and they're also building up to an ability where you will not be able to press any buttons.
Fair. Absolutely fair. Godspeed looking for the Bastion, gonna hack, brings him out of turret mode, and the other Sombra gets it.
That's some crossfire. That's some tactical superiority right there.
Oh, man. The Spark just going, you know what, this triple Sombra thing, it's not too bad. Oh,
Look
Michelle?
at IDK
Question
just
mark?
and Dukshay they're just trying to zone him, but they will get him in the end. Adara died, though, with the EMP, but Godspeed 90% to his.
Someone's got to get an EMP. This Circle of Life will continue. I think we've established that here.
However, this should not be the fight they invested because they're not going to win this fight. Why would they use EMP here? Well, they're going to be able to get some ticks, but the spawns, they're just too close.
He used one, but Fitz is offering a lot of stability right now to the Dynasty as they're able to get back in, keep things protected. Down goes Dora, and Dynasty, they've weathered the storm.
However, Gukshui has survived, and he has 70%, 76% on his EMP.
Did he just fall off the map when he that must have been?
No, he had a TP. He had a TP up.
Never mind. Okay.
That was a tactical fall.
For some reason I thought we saw him just take or get taken away.
Fitz not able to pick up Rhea there, just trading those right clicks, not able to get him. So it looks like both teams are now stabilized, but really it's going to be the Sombra play. The double Sombra just getting on Fissure.
Double Sombra has to be so scary to play against. Just, hey, everything's fine. Then it's not in one of the Sombras. Down.
However, that's just one Sombra, and they're building up to that Nano. They're going to have EMP. They could potentially Nano Winston here.
There's a possibility, and Godspeed now giving me the reset, and that actually is pretty useful for the Spark. It's going to give them some shielding.
And look at Fissure. He's on the platform. Oh, he doesn't get Gukshui.
For the old platform Deadeye. Not quite what I was looking for. Going to get hooked on in. Down he goes. But this is still okay for the Dynasty. They're trading out. They're keeping the Spark back. Spark haven't had anything really threatening in quite a while.
No, they haven't, but they're going to drop the EMP now. I do not think that was a great EMP usage. There's not a lot of Spark. They weren't even full man up. They didn't have all 6 players. There was no way they were going to clean up.
I think Gukshui feels this time he's going to get on a tank he wants to play. And nope, it's Hangzhou.
Even better, we've seen his DPS performance.
His DPS performance has been quite good. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
And they forced the trance, actually. They did get the trance out of Jexy, so that won't be any trance moving up for Dynasty in the next fight, but Michelle will have that supercharger.
Dynasty, though, one thing is for sure, they've been able to solidify. And the thing about Mystery Heroes, when you solidify, you actually get ults. If you're getting wiped out of fights, you're not getting much in the way of ult power.
The ult economy is even stronger in the Mystery Hero game because, you know, you're not getting to pick your heroes, not getting to stay and keep your ults.
Fissure, you know, I'd say he fed there, but that was tactical, if nothing else. I don't think he wanted to stand the
Just buying time off the clock, you know? You're just buying time off the clock.
Got Bash and Orisa.
Even better.
Yeah, this is actually quite good for the Dynasty.
However, IDK getting the Junkrat means they will have some spam. They'll be able to build up a tire, and Could he be one of the adult Junkrats that builds up to maturity? Is that just the Riptire maturity?
I mean, it might be. Again, Circle of Life does continue. You see the Dragon Strike move forward, not doing a whole lot. I mean, keeping the Spark from taking the high ground, I suppose. But again, the Spark have just been struggling to find a way to threat it.
Right now, though, Revenge does have the Blizzard. If everyone is back for Spark, they can look for that push. They can look for an opportunity, though, to set up the Blizzard. Maybe just put Revenge on point, make them fall, and then use the Blizzard there to clean up.
Fleta aggressively flanking here in the hot.
They don't see
Storm
him.
Arrows gets the Mercy. Done.
Well, that will be that. He is going to pick up the Mercy. Even if he dies, trading his life for it would not be a bad pick. But he'll live. He's playing his high ground. Rhea, they're playing a little peekaboo here. Who's going to take the first shot?
The Cosmic Ballad continues.
And instead, it looks like Rhea will continue to just get away there. The Hunter gets away from the prey.
So the Spark down to their final 2 minutes and 15 seconds here, and they don't have the Gris. I mean, the double maze setup versus what the Dynasty have been able to build to and swap to, probably not ideal. They need a break.
However, they have Blizzard. They're going to have Tyre, a second Blizzard soon after that. Will they be able to get up? But no, it's Eden. Bye-bye.
It's Eden.
Bye-bye. He throws it. He hopes to get something, but Tyre's in now. Will they be able to keep him up? It's going to go for the Supercharger more than likely.
It needs to be something big here. I mean, you're already down.
You're down
your May.
2 now,
like, you need something huge to bring this back. You're like, Transcendence. Nope, not blowing that up.
Just wasn't able to get much. Was not able to get any value here. And Spark, you know, this looks like they're running on some fumes. They need to regroup if they're going to have any hope of breaking this defense.
You see the Dragon come out here from Fleta, and again, just buying more space where Seoul has just been able to settle into a very powerful composition here. And most importantly, they're not losing people. They're keeping the comp. Spark has been able to get pickoffs, and that's what's been hurting them the most.
Yeah, they're just not able to keep a cohesive setup here. They need to get something to win the fight. The problem is the longer the fight runs, the more picks they lose, and eventually they just keep getting down in the ult economy.
So Spark come up on what could be a final attempt. Don't forget, if they want a chance to do this and go in real overtime, they have to do it with time left on the clock. Adora getting a lot of damage. Gushue has built up an EMP. It's going to be their best chance.
EMP Blizzard here.
Marvel's DMAX Blizzard coming out. Not going to be eaten this time. There goes the EMP.
Dynasty, where are you going?
Fisher?
2 of their players are currently not on the point. They're taking the platform away.
Point is the other way, Fisher. But, you know, it's probably fine. Fleta says, it's fine. Take your platform joyride. I got this.
It worked out. IDK gets the charge on to Marvel. 30 seconds left. I mean, if they come up on fast heroes, Spark will be able to contest this.
Well, it might be a little bit late. They do get a Widow. They're bringing this party to the Spark.
Oh, they're taking it back. And look, they're going to be catching someone here on the right side.
No longer
there
are we
it is.
contained
It's
to our
Rhea.
base.
Can they get him? He's on the platform.
Oh, Modon down. Oh, man. When you're tired of being cooped up in the base, you want to go for a ride?
Yeah,
Take the platform.
The base, huh? Dropping the base terminology again. No one uses base anymore. ZP,
okay, you know what? That is my old FPS roots. You can't take it away from me. Just like the Spark weren't able to get in the overtime there. The Dynasty. Once they got rolling, that was it. They're going to take the series.
There it is.